guys, it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and today I'm privileged to be with the Deputy CEO and CTO of Booktopia, Wayne Baskin. Hey, going Wayne?
Good yourself.
I'm fantastic. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat to us
That's
today.
Right. Thanks for having me.
I know you were such a busy man, obviously.
No, all good.
Running such a big company. Now, since this is your first time on the show, we'd love to get to know you a little bit better and start from the beginning, if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So before we chat about Booktopia, we'd love to know, did you have any other careers in mind when you were younger, or did you actually always think of, being an entrepreneur and kind of helping a business grow from the ground up?
Look, I don't think I really had any career in mind when I was growing up. It was... I actually went to a careers advisor in year 10 or 11, and they said to me, no, you're going to be a telecommunications engineer. And I thought, all right, so that's what I'm going to be. And I started doing that at university for 2 years and thought, no, this is not what I'm going to be. I want to be a software engineer.
Those things are not accurate,
No,
are
not
they?
at all, not at all. But at least it pointed me in a semi-right direction.
Semi-right direction.
I knew I wasn't going to be a doctor, and I knew I wasn't going to be anything to deal with people and medical stuff. That's the one thing I said to the careers advisor. Nah, not me.
So you like the tech side of things since you were young.
Exactly.
Oh, I like that. At least you did point you in the right direction, as you said. So you've been here at Booktopia since 2008.
Yep.
That's a long time.
Very long time, yep.
Well past your 10-year anniversary now.
Yeah.
Congrats. And started out as their first developer. You built the website, the custom warehouse management system, and was responsible for the implementation of the business pricing and inventory algorithms. So you have a huge knowledge and experience now in e-commerce. How long did it take you, do you think, to actually, gain that knowledge? Did you go to uni and things like that to help you out? Or
I think my knowledge has pretty much been gained from networking with people. So the e-commerce knowledge comes from learning, so testing and learning, and then just networking with people, speaking to people, finding out what they're doing, learning from their mistakes, learning from our mistakes, and just continually improving. So I don't think there's really a course out there that'll teach you e-commerce 101 or what you can do in e-commerce.
Yet, who knows? Maybe in the future.
Maybe I'll come
You'll
up with
start
one.
it.
But it's mainly just learning from my mistakes and also the wins we've had, and other people's mistakes and the wins they've had, and just keep adapting.
So it's actually through working and figuring it all out as you go along.
Sure.
Trial and error, as they call it. I love that. And I personally love Booktopia's website. It's so easy to use and easy to understand.
Thank you.
There's so many websites out there. You're like, what do I do? Like, I want to, go to this certain part of the website, but I have no idea how to do it.
It's funny because people often say to me, why do you have, I think we've got about 18 engineers now. Why do you have 18 engineers? You've got a website, you've got everything it does everything, it buys product. No, you've got to constantly adapt it, constantly improve the user experience, how people can use it, what they're looking for.
But 18, that's still a lot.
18, it's a lot of people. We build a lot of systems here, not just the website. So as you said, content management, customer management, warehouse management system, all the automation in there, and then all the algorithms that are powering the systems.
And then I guess keeping up with technology as it keeps
constantly
advances.
Constantly adapting.
And the green and white color of the whole logo and the website, I love it. It's just so simple but yet beautiful.
It comes from the bush. It comes from Tony, the founder. When he was thinking of a name, was walking through the bush and he thought of from ants. There's the Antopia, and then Booktopia came from that. And he was there, so it actually started with a green fern, and the first versions of the site had a green fern on it. So.
I did not know that. That is very, very interesting. Really taking us back now to 11, no more actually. You've only been here for 11 years. Booktopia's been running longer than that.
15 years. So.
So before Booktopia, you did work at GE Commercial Finance, but wanted to focus on, more making an impact in a smaller company. So you went from working in finance to this. How was that transition for you? It's very different.
Yeah, very different. At GE, I wasn't really involved in finance. I was involved in building their systems for them.
So still the tech side of things.
All the tech side of things. I was the person, if they wanted to build something in-house, I would do everything from building, getting the requirements, building it, testing it, and then deploying it out. And then constantly, helping the business with it. So it was system development. It was, larger scale system development. And then, it came to Booktopia after 4 years at GE Commercial.
And I'm guessing Booktopia was still quite small when you first came to it.
I was the first in-house engineer. So, had the luxury of looking at all the systems that weren't there.
Wasn't it running for about 4 years before you actually came on?
It was a white labeled system, so there wasn't actually, it was a white label business, I should say. There wasn't anything to Booktopia other than a marketing arm. So they would just market for 3 years, drive people to the website, but everything else was done by another company. Customer service, warehouse management, distribution, stock, everything.
Wow.
And then there was a point in time, 3 years in, they said if we're going to make something of this business, we need to do it on our own.
So you really helped them grow, you could say.
Yeah.
Is that the big reason why you're the deputy CEO now?
Look, I think the big reason I'm deputy CEO is because the business has always been a technology business. And so everything I've built has, I know every system from finance, marketing, R&D, logistics, it all runs on technology. So I can tell you any process in the business, and that's where then it evolves from.
Gosh, what are they going to do when you eventually leave? I'm
sure they'll be fine.
Or retire, or who knows?
There's a lot of capable people here, so
You just pass the baton on.
Exactly, that's it.
You teach them everything you know. Luckily, as you said, most of it is automated already, and you just got to teach them how to keep doing that, I guess.
Keep using the systems.
So you should be so proud though, because I looked at the statistics, and now today Booktopia sells like 1 book every 6 seconds.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I could not get over that number. I knew Booktopia was, and I bought all my books from Booktopia, but 6 seconds.
Yeah, we're shipping out about 30,000 books a day. So
Damn.
if we went down there now, it's just down close to where we are now.
It's just really
30,000 books going out a day. We don't run 24-hour shifts, so that's within about a 16-hour shift.
Yeah, I was about to say, how long do they run down there?
And coming to Christmas, it'll get to 50,000 books out a day. So if anyone said people have stopped reading, they definitely haven't.
No.
And there's constant growth, for us.
Does that mean you got to bring more people on around the Christmas period, or they just got to work longer shifts?
No, we'll bring more people on. There's more automation coming in. We're getting more efficient every day. We're still building systems for Christmas. We've got a month or two to go until Christmas rolls in.
Okay, don't freak me out. That's really creepy.
Yeah. So Christmas for us starts, September, October, and then big in November. But
so around the Halloween time is when you're starting Christmas.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Nice and early.
Now, I know you didn't actually start Booktopia, but I did want to share with the listeners today, and this is a big thing that I love to do at my interviews, is to share like the hard work and the struggles, because a lot of businesses like this are kind of seen as like an overnight success, and that's definitely not the case. It's not what you see on the outside. So, but you did start quite early on anyway. So in the early stages, what were some of the challenges that you really faced, and were there times that you just wanted to give up?
Yeah, look, I don't think, no, I love doing what I do, so I look for the challenges, I look for the problems.
So glad.
And I think, if something's hard to do, I always say let's do it, because then our competitors will find it hard to do themselves.
Oh, I love that. That's such a great way to think about that.
Yeah, if something's easy to do, well, then everyone can do it. So just to give you some of the scope about books, there's about 27 million books that we're dealing with.
Oh my goodness.
On our website we have 6 million books, and we stock 150,000 of them in our distribution centre. Now, the reason I say that...
All downstairs?
Yeah, all downstairs.
That's great. Wow.
So the reason I say that is for any website to deal with 27 million products is a problem. That's your first problem to start. So getting the efficient systems, the performance out of the website, all of those kind of things. And then we really didn't have massive budgets. We didn't have big teams. So we would really push something, and if it took off, we would then quickly, build to make it work. So there were many times we would send out an email thinking this won't do anything, and it would people would start buying, and we'd do 200 orders in the day, which back then was amazing. Yeah. And our systems would start to slow down, and then
now it'd be a big problem if you only did 200.
Yeah, if we did 200 in an hour, it'd be a bit of a problem. Yeah. So, but so we were building, on the fly, like any startup does, and I think we just kind of would push the boundaries all the time. And it wasn't a challenge, it was just, you would find problems, challenges all the time. You'd innovate, you'd make efficient systems, you'd make better performing systems, and then you'd move on to the next problem. So
that it runs much easier for you.
Yeah, there's never been a significant problem that we've come up against that how are we going to solve that. It's always because we're pushing the envelope. Yeah. We make problems for ourselves.
So it must be very stressful downstairs, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it can be at times.
While we're up here doing an interview, I was like,
Yeah, it can be.
Another order.
Not another order. We love another order. The website's gone slow. No, let's fix that. Or something's not working exactly as we want.
Or we've got a customer complaint because it's going slow.
We never have customer complaints.
Okay, that's good. Touch wood.
Everyone has customer complaints, and we deal with them, and we are always improving. Our customer is the center of our business, so everything we do is for the customer. Everything, if it's putting in a new phone system, putting in a new website, changing the way we package our goods, we always put the customer in the center.
That's the way it should be, shouldn't it?
Should be. Well, some people put cost first, profit first. That always very important to us. but if you don't have customers, well then you're not going
to make any money anyway.
Exactly.
So customers should come first, make them happy. So what's it been like, being a part of all aspects of creating Booktopia and also the constant evolving of it? Because now also, you've got Angus and Robinson Book World as well, and who knows where else it's going to expand to. Yeah,
it's exciting. It's always exciting.
It is.
We're always thinking of the next few things, and there's some big things coming up in the pipeline probably just after Christmas, which I'm really excited about. But that's what it's about. It's about what are our competitors not doing, what are we doing well, what are we doing poorly, how can we improve, and that's everything from logistics, operations, efficiencies down there, customer service or customer experience, how can we better be in touch with our customers, how can our website perform better, how can we convert better, what can we offer our customers, and then how can we add value in different ways, not just a bookstore, but what else can we do in books. And because as a bookstore, we've always been focused. We never went off and started selling baby wear or, workwear, and many of our competitors did, and that's actually made them struggle. Because when Amazon then came into, our market, they were the ones going, hold on, we're everything to everyone, and Amazon are going to take us on, whereas we've always been focused on our niche.
On the books,
which is the books.
It's in the title, Booktopia.
Yep, a lot of people say to me, so what does Booktopia do? I'm like, Booktopia.
It's in the shape.
It's in the title. But,
it's in the title.
Not everyone gets it, but there you go.
So do you think you look at some of your competitors and see what they're doing to evolve, or do you just really stick within yourselves and see what your customers want?
No, we really stick within ourselves.
That's
Very
good.
rarely do we look at our competitors, what they're doing. Every now and again we'll hear something from the competitors, and it'll just if you constantly focus on your competitors, it'll make you freak out and stress. We're not like that. We're like, nope, we're pretty good. We're pretty happy with what we're doing. They can do what they're doing.
So it probably just makes you laugh, going, oh, they've expanded into baby wear now.
It's always interesting. Our pricing team are always looking and saying, well, what are they doing? Let's look at it, how they're going. But I say just let's stick to our guns and keep going because it's working.
Yeah, well, obviously everyone uses, I'd hope so, everybody that's listening.
Now
I hope you use Booktopia. So Booktopia was nominated for the Best Pure Play Retailer and Technology Champion. What was that experience like for you guys? And, to then be beaten out by Showpo?
Yeah, well, I think
how dare they?
Yeah, we've been nominated a few times, and we know the guys at Showpo really well. The online community is very small.
You kind of just laugh within each other.
We just congratulate them and say well done. I think it'll be our second or third time for Pure Play Retailer. And we've won a few awards at those same awards in previous years, so everyone gets their turn.
Is that what all those are up there?
Yeah, that's what all of those are there. We win a lot of awards. Some people say the online retail community, they have so many awards, but it's across a number of
nice little award collection
industries there, and book industry is also good to be recognised as the best book retailer in Australia. So
I'll have to take a photo of that later and then show the people watching.
For sure.
Because they're like, what are we looking at?
Yeah,
There's just so
we're
many
staring at all these awards.
and everyone's like, what? You're just looking at you. Another side of Booktopia, and another side of your job, as well as Booktopia, is that you're also an advisory board member of Afterpay, which is how we met, thanks to our friend Simon Molnar. And you're also a non-executive director of Car Next Door, and used to be an advisory board member of Ice Online. Yeah. What's it like helping other businesses as well as your already busy schedule with Booktopia?
Look, I enjoy it. I think that's where I get a lot of my learnings from.
Really? Okay.
So,
is that how you originally met Simon, I'm guessing?
Yeah, well, I originally through ICE. So I met Nick. I mentored Nick through ICE, and then he went on and started Afterpay. There's a little
just continued on with the family.
I continued on with Nick there. But look, Afterpay's become so big that I've kind of stepped away from that. I think they're big enough to not require my services as an advisory member, and probably should just update my LinkedIn there. But ICE, I still help Simon and the guys at ICE, but Car Next Door and attending those board meetings, even though they're a much smaller startup, they still teach me a lot of things, and I can bring them back here. And those are the ones that I name, but there's a lot of online retailers that I work with, just nice. Pro bono, as you could say, and just help them out along the way. Sometimes it evolves into an advisory role, sometimes not. But it just, I think if we can all build the online retail community, we're all gonna go up,
it's
and
paying it
all
forward,
ships will
isn't
rise.
it? Yeah.
So it should be. I enjoy it. I was recognised for that recently at the Aurea Awards.
Yes.
So it's good to be recognised for it every now and again.
Yeah, and as I said, paying it forward and helping. You've obviously learnt from some mistakes or things that have gone right, and you kind of want to bring that knowledge to those people so that they don't have to do the same.
Sure, but some of those startups start fresh and they look at the new tools that are there, they don't have legacy, and that they're using some great tools, and I'm often like, well, why we're not using that, or why are we not doing that? And then I'll come and say, well, guys, have we thought about this? And like, oh no, maybe we should. So we've definitely evolved Booktopia through those relationships.
Wow. Well, as you said, it's the networking. Coming back to what you said earlier in the interview. And you are also a keynote and event speaker as well. What's that been like? Do you get nervous in front of crowds? Because it's one thing, doing all the tech side of things and even just being an advisory board member, but then talking in front of those crowds, it must be daunting. Initially,
I would get nervous in front of it, in front of all those people, but now I'm kind of used to it. I always say to myself, if I'm walking on stage and I don't say to myself, I've forgotten everything, then something's wrong. So you kind of walk up there
and you go,
forget
everything?
Hold on, what was I going to talk about? Great, perfect, I'm on cue. And as long as you know what you're talking about, that it just rolls.
You'd hope at this time of your career that you're knowledgeable of all that, so you just let it.
You just let it roll.
Let it flow.
Give examples. Obviously, don't drop too much confidential information. But if you do, you shrug your shoulders, you move on. But no, I enjoy it. Again, it's that learning, it's that teaching. And, countless times people come up to me after and talk to me about something. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'll take that back as well. So, again, it's the networking that's very important.
How regularly do you do that?
Look, it's about 3 or 4 times a year.
Wow.
But, it's getting more and more frequent. I've got to really look at my time. I get asked probably, 20 times a year, 20 to 30 times a year. But I've got to look and say, well, where am I going to add value, and where are they going to add value back to me? Where am I going to learn from? And then do the ones that are right, because if I'm never in the business here because I'm too busy talking to everyone else, it's not great for our business, is it?
No, that's true. But as you said, you kind of got to do other things as well.
But manage your time well.
Manage your time, That's good advice for actually everybody listening to. Manage your time nicely if you're going to want to do this sort of, get into this industry. So, even though you've already achieved so much in your career, Wayne, what else can we expect from you in the future? Obviously, you can't share with us what's coming up, around Christmas yet. You'll just have to come back on the show and talk to us about that then. But what can you share with us?
Look, I'm working on quite a few things at the moment, so I can't really share many of them, but there's some big things coming for Wayne and for Booktopia. I'd love to share them right now, but
it's just an excuse to come back on the show, isn't it? I love it.
Big excuse, but I'm looking to evolve and just take Booktopia to the next level. Definitely. We have rolled out a few things which I can talk about. We're now a book distributor, so we're actually now doing the logistics for publishers.
Love that.
We are, signing some deals for books that we're going to get printed ourselves and then be the distributor, in Australia. We're launching our audio streaming service. That's coming after Christmas, so stay tuned for that. And then just evolving our ebook functionality in our app as well. So those are some of the things I can talk about.
Yes, cool.
But there's a lot more coming.
And speaking of books, I'd love to know if you actually ever thought of writing your own book about what you've already achieved. Because I think, especially with everybody listening to the interview right now, we would so read a book like that.
I'd probably need a ghostwriter. I'm not the best author. English was probably my worst subject. I did well at it, but it was my worst subject.
There's a lot of people that have ghostwriters. That's the way to do it.
We've got a great team here of ex-authors, ex-bookstore owners. They would laugh at me if I ever said to them, I'm going to write a book.
I'm going to write a book.
So, some of them are leading authors themselves, and I may need to just tap them on the shoulder and say, come on.
Can you please help me write this?
Not interested right now. More happy just to help people and go on from there.
Then expand the business more. Keep up with all the other competition.
For sure.
And we are unfortunately getting to the end of the interview, Wayne, but as a closing statement, and was probably the most important question, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Wow, my 14-year-old self.
I'm taking it back.
That's a far way back. I'm actually not sure, to be honest. Like, I think I've loved everything I've done. My career's evolved well in the direction I've wanted it to. I would have told my 2-3-year-old self, go with the Afterpay idea because it's going to work. Before Nick and Simon get onto it. Nick invited me in on it at the beginning.
Really?
And I was pretty attached to Booktopia at the time. I definitely knew Nick was going to make it work.
You're kicking yourself now?
Didn't think he was. Look, you learn from your mistakes. I wouldn't say I ever kicked myself. I get invited to a lot of these things, and
that's good.
Some of them I've said no to, some of them I've said yes to, but that's really what I've told myself 3 years ago. 14, not really sure, to be honest. I would have said don't stress so much at school. Everything will be all right. The HSC is so hard, isn't it? No, it's not. Wait till you get to university and then it's easy.
Wait till real life.
Wait till real life, exactly. But I've Probably nothing, to be honest. Sorry, I've
it's all right. You
ruined the
kind of
question.
answered the question a little bit there too.
Yeah.
And if the listeners would like to contact you or find out what you're up to in the future, keeping up to date with, you know, what's coming up with Booktopia, where should they go?
They can reach out to me on LinkedIn for sure. They can email me. I'm probably going to regret this, aren't I?
You don't have to share your email
Yeah,
address
no,
if you don't
I
want.
won't. But yeah, LinkedIn me, and yeah, I'll reach back out to you for sure.
Yeah.
Just send me a direct message, and we can chat and catch up.
Sounds great. Yeah. And if you need to contact me to contact him, we can
There
do
you
that
go.
too. That's probably an easier way to do that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today, Wayne. It's been a pleasure.
That's been great.
And you're welcome on any time. So if in the future you just want to have a chat about anything, or you want to chat about what's coming up with Booktopia, just let me know.
Will do.
Because we really want to know now. We're all like sitting on the edge of our seats going, what could this be?
Well, let's organise it for after Christmas.
Sounds great. In the new year.
Yeah, there you go.
Start the new year with a bang, right?
Wow, another year. Cheers.
And for everyone watching, make sure, yes, as we said, to message Wayne on LinkedIn if you have any questions. And of course, buy your next books from Booktopia if you haven't already, because Christmas is coming up and you need to buy something for your loved ones, right? But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!